I didn't know about that enormous crater that's in Antarctica.
Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the icy veil of Antarctica, the world's most captivating and least explored landmass? Despite being the fifth largest continent, it remains shrouded in mystery, housing mysterious phenomena like the Piri-Reis map, the ozone hole, and the intriguing blood falls. Renowned podcaster Joe Rogan announced that archaeologists have recently found a map dating back to the 1500s. And guess what? It includes Antarctica.
What the fuck is it doing on a map drawn in the 1500s, which we know was based on older source maps when nobody knew it existed in the 1500s? To me, the obvious answer is we are dealing with the fingerprints of a lost civilization.
This discovery was startling as the continent was recorded to have been discovered in 1820. Who were those in the 1500s who first explored and mapped this landmass? Was there a lost civilization we never accounted for? Join us as we unravel this captivating mystery that will transform our understanding of history. In 1984, scientists made one of the most fascinating discoveries in the field of astrobiology as they discovered meteorite ALH 84001 in Antarctica. ALH 84001 is a fragment of a meteorite from Mars, having been propelled into space during a powerful impact event on the Red Planet before eventually finding its way to Earth and landing in the Allen Hills region of Antarctica. In 1996, a team of scientists led by NASA's David McKay announced their findings regarding ALH 84001, sparking controversy and intense debate within the scientific community and among the general public. The controversy arose from the suggestion that the meteorite contained potential evidence of ancient microbial life on Mars. The scientists presented the presence of minuscule, worm-like structures and mineral formations within ALH 84001 that bore a resemblance to fossilized bacteria as their key evidence. They argued that these features could be interpreted as remnants of microbial life that may have thrived on Mars billions of years ago. Now, a recent and astonishing discovery has emerged, posing a threat to our existing knowledge of the Antarctic continent. A small, mysterious map has been uncovered pointing us to a terrifying treasure chest of new insight. Notably, Joe Rogan, a well-known podcaster and commentator, has joined the conversation, offering more than just his 2 cents on the issue. He has revealed shocking truths about the least-known continent on Earth. Keep watching to find out what just emerged in Antarctica that terrifies scientists and why Joe Rogan thinks it will impact the history of the human race. Before we dive into that, we need to understand some important context. Antarctica, the southernmost continent on Earth, is a vast and breathtakingly beautiful land of extremes. With its pristine environment, unique topography, and fascinating history, it captivates the imagination and challenges the human spirit. Covering an area of approximately 14 million square kilometers, Antarctica is about 8.24 times the size of the United States' largest state, Alaska. Its sheer size is difficult to comprehend, dwarfing even the most expansive territories. Unlike other continents, Antarctica has no permanent residents and is not governed by any single country. The topography of Antarctica is as diverse as it is awe-inspiring. Dominated by ice, the continent is home to the largest ice sheet on the planet. This colossal ice sheet, known as the East Antarctic Ice Sheet, covers nearly 2/3 of the continent and reaches staggering heights of up to 4,000 meters above sea level. It is an icy wilderness of vast proportions, an otherworldly landscape where glaciers flow like slow-moving rivers, and ice shelves stretch out into the vast expanse of the Southern Ocean. Antarctica is known for its extremely cold temperatures, with the lowest recorded temperature on Earth, -128.6 degrees Fahrenheit or -89.2 degrees Celsius, recorded at the Soviet Union's Vostok station in 1983. Despite its harsh climate, Antarctica is home to a diverse range of wildlife, including penguins, seals, whales, and seabirds. These animals have adapted to the extreme conditions and rely on the surrounding Southern Ocean for food. Antarctica is primarily used for scientific research and exploration. Numerous research stations and field camps are established by various countries to study topics such as climate change, geology, biology, and astronomy. In 1928, A pivotal moment in Antarctic history occurred when the first aircraft successfully touched down on the icy continent. The Australian polar explorer Sir Hubert Wilkins, accompanied by American aviator Carl Eielson, accomplished this momentous feat. Their aircraft, a small Lockheed Vega monoplane, soared above the frozen landscape before gracefully landing on the ice near Deception Island. This historic achievement opened up new possibilities for exploration and research in Antarctica, forever changing our understanding of this remote and forbidding land. In more recent geological times, Antarctica gradually transformed into the icy wilderness we know today. Around 34 million years ago, the continent started to cool, and ice began to accumulate. Over time, the ice sheet expanded, spreading across the landmass and transforming it into the frozen desert we see today. The process of glaciation has shaped the topography of Antarctica, creating dramatic valleys, towering peaks, and vast ice shelves. It is a land that bears witness to the immense power of nature and the passage of time. While Antarctica's past holds many mysteries, it has also sparked speculation about the possibility of a pre-Adamite civilization that thrived in this icy realm. Some theorists propose that advanced societies with sophisticated technologies existed in Antarctica long before recorded history. However, it is important to note that there is no scientific evidence to support these claims, and they remain in the realm of speculation and pseudoscience. The harsh and inhospitable conditions of Antarctica make it an unlikely place for sustained human habitation in ancient times. Nevertheless, Antarctica continues to be a source of fascination and intrigue. Its pristine environment supports a delicate ecosystem where unique species such as penguins, seals, and seabirds have adapted to survive in the extreme cold. Scientists from around the world conduct research in Antarctica, studying climate change, geology, and the mysteries of the universe. But this fascinating living laboratory of nature has a lot to show you. Come with us as we explore some of the fascinating discoveries that have emerged in this desolate continent. To start, here's an interesting question. Why is Antarctica a subject of many myths, government involvement, and conspiracy theories? And why exactly is Joe Rogan so fascinated? Being one of the most uninhabited places on Earth, Antarctica has always piqued the curiosity of explorers and researchers. Throughout the years, numerous efforts have been made to uncover the deepest secrets of this remote region. Among those intrigued by its mysteries is Joe Rogan, widely known as one of the world's most popular podcasters. Over the course of his decade-long podcasting journey, Joe Rogan has featured a multitude of scientists and explorers who have shared previously unknown information about Antarctica. In a captivating 2022 episode of his podcast, Joe Rogan found himself utterly taken aback by a shocking revelation about Antarctica. His guest on that episode was fellow podcaster and comedian Sam Tripoli. During their discussion, Sam delved into the events surrounding Operation High Jump. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Have you ever heard of Operation High Jump?
Operation High Jump was a military exercise that took place in Antarctica in the mid-20th century. This operation purportedly involved President Harry Truman, Nazis, and even extraterrestrials. In reality, Operation High Jump, officially titled the United States Navy Antarctic Developments Program, did indeed take place. The exercise spanned from 1946 to 1947 and was led by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd. On February 1, 1947, the expedition, originally planned to last 8 months, arrived in Antarctica in the area of Queen Maud Land. Rear Admiral Byrd's expedition was primarily focused on scientific research, but received funding from the U.S. Navy. They embarked on their journey accompanied by the aircraft carrier Casablanca, 25 planes, 7 helicopters, a submarine, an icebreaker, and 12 tankers, carrying a total of 4,800 personnel. Officially, the expedition's main mission was to find coal and other resources, train military personnel in extreme cold conditions, and assess the feasibility of establishing military bases in Antarctica. However, one cannot help but wonder why such a massive undertaking was necessary. Why did they require 32 planes, 13 ships, and nearly 5,000 people, many of whom tragically lost their lives? President Truman and the American government had a keen interest in Antarctica, particularly regarding establishing American sovereignty over the region. Sam Tripoli, citing Admiral Byrd's journals, revealed that the Navy commander had allegedly made contact with Nazi UFOs. It was later discovered that the true purpose of the mission was to retrieve missing Nazi leaders from their base in Antarctica. Extensive aerial photography was conducted, a polar station was established, and strange messages started to appear on the airwaves, such as, "They were attacking us," and "We are suffering heavy losses." The identity of Rear Admiral Byrd's opponents remains unknown. Curiously, on March 3, 1947, all work was abruptly halted, and the expedition hastily returned to America. How did the Nazis end up in Antarctica? In January 1939, a German expedition reached the continent, claiming a portion of its land. This region was dubbed New Swabia and became the subject of numerous legends. Rumors spread that not only had the Germans established a secret base there, but it also served as Adolf Hitler's final refuge. Some even suggested that the Germans had discovered a vast system of ice caves in Antarctica, where they had constructed a massive city. According to Sam Tripoli, the Nazis had allegedly struck a deal with extraterrestrials to utilize their advanced technology during World War II. It remains unclear why this technology was not employed in the actual war, or why the aliens remained in Antarctica after the conflict. Tripoli further claimed that Operation High Jump leaders eventually informed President Truman that they had made a deal with the alien presence. Supposedly, the president complied, allowing the aliens to conduct experiments on humans. Astonishingly, these experiments were said to have taken place in our national parks and forests. The revelations shared by Sam Tripoli on Joe Rogan's podcast shed light on a fascinating and enigmatic chapter in Antarctica's history. The true extent of what occurred during Operation High Jump and the involvement of extraterrestrial entities remains a subject of speculation and intrigue. But that's not all, as this fascinating story extends to include the missing 411, a series of unsolved cases involving the disappearance of individuals in national parks across the USA. The Missing 411 Chronicles. These sudden vanishings on national lands, with many of the missing individuals sharing common characteristics. While some aspects of Sam's account may appear to be a grand conspiracy theory, it does raise questions about what truly occurs in Antarctica and the nature of the military exercises conducted there. One major reason why Antarctica is sparsely populated, unsurprisingly, is due to its extreme cold. Antarctica's chilling climate is widely known, but often underestimated is just how cold it can be. Over the years, this secluded and scenic region has attracted numerous adventurers seeking various activities such as digging, running, skiing, or hiking. However, to survive in this environment, adventurers must adhere to a strict set of guidelines and continuously adjust their attire to adapt to the harsh weather conditions. In an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan interviewed Colin O'Brady, one of the world's renowned adventurers and endurance athletes. Colin gained fame after completing the first solo, unsupported, human-powered crossing of Antarctica's landmass in 2018. During the interview, Colin shared his entire journey and the measures he had to take to endure the brutal climate. It is worth noting that Colin was not exaggerating about the dangers of sweating in Antarctica. According to the official tourism website for Antarctica, there is a stern warning against sweating, particularly in winter.
One of the famous lines that, people who have been in the polar environments will say is, if you sweat, you die.
This is because sweating saturates your clothes with moisture, which can freeze and create a frozen layer on the outer surface of your outfit. As you start to warm up, these frozen layers can melt, leading to potentially harmful consequences. This situation can be particularly challenging for someone like Colin, who had to engage in a significant amount of physical exertion, including lifting and moving. While some individuals may enjoy avoiding cold climates, surviving in an environment where sweating could endanger your life doesn't seem appealing. Thus, understanding and adhering to the precautions necessary to thrive in Antarctica's extreme conditions is of utmost importance for those venturing into this formidable land. If you ever have the intention of visiting Antarctica, it is crucial to control your perspiration. It is evident that embarking on a journey to Antarctica is not a simple task due to the extremely cold climate and the risk of frostbite. The continent is not inherently the most hospitable destination. However, even if you do desire to visit Antarctica, there are limitations on what you can do there. These limitations arise from the Antarctic Treaty System. In 1959, a treaty was signed by 12 countries: Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Chile, France, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the USSR. The Antarctic Treaty establishes that the continent does not belong to any single country. Moreover, all nations agree to respect each other's rights on the continent and restrict its use primarily to scientific research and limited tourism. The purpose of the treaty is to ensure the protection of the environment and prevent any man-made activities, particularly industrialization and warfare, from posing a threat to the continent's biodiversity. The Antarctic Treaty ensures that all human activities in Antarctica are well planned and effectively managed. This encompasses tourism, exploration, and scientific research, which must be conducted in accordance with the regulations and guidelines outlined in the treaty. While the treaty does not prohibit tourists or military personnel from being present in Antarctica, anyone hoping to set foot on the continent must obtain a permit from a signatory party of the treaty. What are the terrifying discoveries made in Antarctica? And how does it transform our perception of the history? Now, before we explore what just emerged in Antarctica that has shocked scientists, let's give you one of the best-kept secrets about the exploration of Antarctica. It is from the missing diary of Admiral Richard E. Byrd. For years, Byrd's most intriguing findings remained a secret until his son stumbled upon his long-lost diary, which had somehow ended up in the possession of Tawani Wakawa Shush. This incredible discovery paved the way for the formation of the Hollow Earth Research Society, previously known as the International Society for a Complete Earth. Filled with revelations that challenged conventional wisdom, Byrd's diary remained shrouded in mystery until the 1970s, when its contents finally came to light. To ensure the significance of the diary reached a wider audience, it was passed on to Dan Weiss, a renowned researcher and author specializing in UFOs. Upon its publication, the world was introduced to Byrd's hidden discoveries, providing a tantalizing glimpse into a realm of possibilities. The revelations within the diary sparked widespread curiosity and ignited passionate debates. The extraordinary insights found within its pages pushed the boundaries of scientific exploration and inspired further investigation into the mysteries of the Hollow Earth. The diary, titled Flight Log Base Camp Arctic, is a captivating journal that chronicles Byrd's extraordinary experiences during a mission to the Arctic. As he ventured north, a few hours into the journey, he stumbled upon a breathtaking range of mountains that had never before been laid eyes upon. These towering peaks stood as a testament to the hidden wonders of the polar region. However, Byrd's expedition took an unexpected turn when he encountered difficulties with the magnetic and gyro compasses on board his aircraft. To his surprise, these essential navigation tools began to spin and sway unpredictably. Speculations arose among the accompanying researchers that this erratic behavior might have been caused by flying over the North Pole itself, as hinted by the reference to the base camp in the Arctic and their northerly heading. Just 2 weeks after Byrd's Arctic journey, Chilean newspapers reported a new and extraordinary event involving him. It was claimed that Byrd had encountered a different kind of enemy, amazing flying objects. These mysterious crafts were capable of traveling long distances and swiftly moving between the poles. In the treacherous Weddell Sea, a dangerous battle ensued for approximately 20 minutes. The unidentified crafts emerged from the water and fiercely attacked Byrd's group, resulting in numerous injuries and deaths. In one entry of Byrd's diary, he mentioned an unexpected mission over Antarctica, where he was transported into the inner Earth through a vortex. There, he encountered humanoid beings known as Agarthans and a highly respected leader referred to as the Master. The Master admonished Byrd for humanity's creation of the atomic bomb and warned about its destructive power. This encounter left Byrd amazed, and he firmly believed that humanity needed to change its ways to avoid a bleak future. The Missing Diary of Admiral Richard E. Byrd is a captivating chronicle that offers unparalleled insights into unexplored realms. Its contents have fascinated and intrigued researchers, sparking a renewed interest in the mysteries of the Hollow Earth. Now, here is the point we have all been waiting for. In the 1970s, scientists made a groundbreaking discovery that revealed the vast, untapped potential of this region. They found an entirely different ecosystem thriving in the Antarctic waters, demonstrating that life can exist in even the harshest environments. Since then, approximately 400 lakes have been discovered beneath the surface of the Antarctic floor. These lakes, located 3 kilometers below the ice, were formed during the separation of Antarctica from the supercontinent Gondwana land millions of years ago. One of the most significant subglacial lakes is Lake Vostok, which was discovered in the 1990s. It remains the largest known subglacial lake in Antarctica, lying at a depth of 2.5 kilometers beneath the ice. Despite being covered by ice for 20 million years, the lake maintains a temperature of around -3 degrees Celsius. What makes these subglacial lakes even more remarkable is the presence of existing ecosystems of microorganisms. These organisms have not been exposed to light for millions of years, yet they continue to thrive. They rely on gases like methane and ammonium to create energy, sustaining their survival in this extreme environment. When we think of pyramids, our minds often jump to the iconic pyramids of Giza in Egypt. However, in 2016, satellite imagery captured something intriguing in the Antarctic region. A peculiar formation, resembling a pyramid, emerged from beneath the ice. Although difficult to access, scientists believe that this may be evidence of a man-made pyramid constructed hundreds of thousands of years ago. The presence of these pyramids suggests that humans may have inhabited Antarctica long before we previously believed. Some scientists even speculate that an entire civilization once thrived in this seemingly inhospitable land. However, due to the inaccessibility of the area, gathering substantial evidence to support these claims remains a challenge. But that's not all. Artifacts dating back thousands of years have been discovered in Antarctica, leading to theories of an ancient culture predating modern humans. In 2017, a team of geologists collected core samples from the frozen seafloor to study Antarctica's climate in earlier times. Their findings were fascinating. The team hypothesized that while Antarctica's current climate may not support much life, it was not always so inhospitable. They proposed that a massive meteorite impact, potentially predating the extinction of the dinosaurs, occurred in Antarctica. This impact could have caused significant devastation, resulting in months of darkness and caustic acid rain, rendering the planet uninhabitable. Surprisingly, some primordial shellfish managed to survive this cataclysmic event, evolving into the ancestors of the dinosaurs that would dominate the Earth for the next 200 million years before their own extinction. The discovery of these ancient lakes, man-made pyramid-like formations, and remnants of an ancient culture in Antarctica challenges our understanding of the history of our planet. It raises questions about the resilience of life and its ability to adapt to extreme conditions. Antarctica, once thought to be an unexplored and uninhabited wasteland, holds secrets that continue to captivate scientists and spark our imagination. As research and exploration in this remote region continue, we may uncover even more surprises that shed light on the mysteries of our planet's past. Antarctica, as we mentioned earlier, is an incredibly secluded and hard-to-reach place. Gaining access to the continent can be quite tricky unless you have a clearly defined objective. Even if you manage to gain access, exploring the entirety of Antarctica is simply not possible. Tourists, hikers, and others are only granted access to a small portion of the landmass, where they can engage in activities and enjoy the breathtaking sights. However, there are several sectors of the continent that are closed off and accessible only to researchers and military personnel. These regions are often referred to as the Area 51 of Antarctica. What exactly goes on in these restricted areas remains a mystery to the public. There have been reports of people attempting to sneak into these zones, only to be swiftly apprehended and taken inside by guards. Strangely enough, no one has ever heard from or seen these individuals again. This has led to widespread speculation that secretive experiments or operations might be taking place there. The official explanation for the restricted areas is that governments aim to protect the biodiversity and potentially endangered species residing there. However, some find it hard to believe that this is the sole reason for their inaccessibility. There is an air of mystery surrounding these regions, and it's not surprising that people's curiosity is piqued by the secrecy. Another intriguing phenomenon associated with Antarctica is known as the third man factor. While this may not be a familiar term for those who aren't explorers or daredevils, many who have ventured into remote places like Antarctica have reported experiencing this phenomenon. The third man factor refers to the overwhelming sense of another presence, particularly when facing distress or great danger. It's as if there is someone walking with or guiding them, even though they are alone in reality. Antarctica's unique periods of light and darkness contribute to this sensation. Visitors to the continent have reported feeling this presence, and some have even claimed to have witnessed hallucinations and seen shadows cast by nothingness while traversing the seemingly infinite plains. One notable encounter occurred during Sir Ernest Shackleton's expedition in the early 1900s. Shackleton and his two companions, in their quest to be the first to traverse the Antarctic continent by land, felt the presence of a fourth person walking with them during a particularly grueling trek. This phenomenon has been reported by many others who have felt lost or stranded while exploring Antarctica. Lastly, let's delve into the discovery of the Blood Falls, one of the most eerie and captivating finds in Antarctica in recent years. Located in the McMurdo Dry Valleys, the Blood Falls is a 5-story high waterfall that pours out from a glacier into a lake. Its distinct and striking red color against the backdrop of white snow and glaciers is what earned it its intriguing name. The Blood Falls were first discovered in 1911 by Thomas Griffith Taylor, a geologist who had led several expeditions to Antarctica. Initially, Taylor believed that algae had caused the water to discolor. However, scientists later unraveled the true reason behind the waterfall's unique hue. The glacier from which the waterfall emerges was named after Taylor in his honor. It was discovered that the Blood Falls were once a highly salty lake that had been cut off from the atmosphere by the formation of ice. This isolation led to an increase in the water's salt content, preventing it from freezing even in extreme weather conditions. Moreover, the water contains a high concentration of iron, which gives it its blood-red color. The lack of oxygen and sunlight in the water further intensifies its dark hue. Antarctica continues to captivate and mystify both scientists and adventurous souls who dare to explore its frozen landscapes. From the mysterious, restricted areas to the eerie presence felt by many, and the captivating Blood Falls, this icy continent holds numerous secrets waiting to be unraveled. Thanks for watching another episode of Beyond Discovery. While you're still here, click on the other videos you see on your screen right now.